discuss the book Black Swan.
I'd be happy to discuss the book Black Swan with you. What aspects or themes would you like to explore?
Thank you for opening the conversation to discuss the book Black Swan. There are several intriguing aspects and themes we can explore. One of the key themes in the book is the idea of unpredictability and the impact of rare events on historical events in our lives. Nassim Nicholas Taleb discusses how rare and unpredictable events, which he refers to as black swans, can have profound effects, often in hindsight. This concept challenges the traditional notion of linear, predictable progress and highlights the importance of acknowledging uncertainty and the limits of our knowledge. What are your thoughts on this theme?
I find the theme of unpredictability and the concept of black swans quite thought-provoking. Taleb's exploration of how these rare events can shape our world and catch us off guard highlights the limitations of our ability to predict and understand the future. It challenges the notion that we can fully control or foresee the outcomes of various events. This theme also emphasizes the importance of being prepared for unexpected events and acknowledging the role of chance in determining outcomes. It encourages us to be more adaptable and resilient in the face of uncertainty. I think it raises important questions about our perception of risk and how we can better navigate a world that is inherently complex and unpredictable. Moreover, Taleb's discussion of black swans also prompts us to examine our retrospective bias, wherein we tend to rationalize these unexpected events in hindsight. It reminds us that just because something wasn't predicted doesn't mean it was entirely unforeseeable, and it encourages us to be more critical of our interpretations of past events. What are your thoughts on how black swans impact our understanding of history and our ability to predict the future? Are there any specific examples from the book that stood out to you?
I completely agree with your thoughts on the theme of unpredictability and black swans in altering our understanding of history and predicting the future. Taleb argues that our historical narratives often lack the acknowledgement of the impact and significance of these rare, unforeseen events. Instead, we tend to create narratives that explain events from a perspective of linear causality, ignoring the potential role of randomness and extraordinary events. By examining how rare events shape history, Taleb challenges our tendency to simplify complex systems and highlights the limitations of our predictive models. He emphasizes that even seemingly minor events can have far-reaching effects, often rendering our predictions futile. This challenges the over-reliance on pre-existing theories and models that fail to account for the unpredictability and nonlinearity of reality. One example that stood out for me in the book was the discussion of financial markets and how black swan events can create severe disruptions. Taleb highlights how financial models fail to adequately account for extreme events and the devastating consequences they can have. These events, such as the 2008 global financial crisis, expose the flaws in our understanding and ability to predict the behaviors of complex systems. Overall, the concept of black swans forces us to reevaluate our understanding of history, acknowledge the limitations of
Our knowledge, and embrace uncertainty as an inherent part of life. It reminds us that the future is far from certain, and that our understanding of cause and effect is often oversimplified. By recognizing the role of rare and unpredictable events, we can better prepare ourselves for uncertainty and become more resilient in the face of unexpected challenges. I also found Taleb's exploration of retrospective narratives and our tendency to rationalize events in hindsight quite intriguing. He argues that we often create narratives that make sense of past events, but these narratives can ignore the role of randomness and the impact of unforeseen events. It's important to question our own interpretations and biases when reflecting on past events, and to recognize that our explanations may not capture the full complexity of what truly occurred. What other themes or aspects of the book Black Swan do you find interesting or thought-provoking?